Deep in the hills of southern Brazil, there's a small, isolated town called Cândido Godói. To the outside world, it looks perfectly normal. But step inside, and you will notice something deeply unsettling. Almost every family here has twins. In fact, the twin birth rate in this tiny town is nearly 1,000% higher than the global average. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed twins are everywhere. For decades, the world watched in horror as a chilling rumor began to spread. People believed that this town was the playground of a monster. They believed that the angel of death, the notorious Nazi Dr. Joseph Mengele, had successfully completed his twisted World War II genetic experiments right here in secret. And for years, the evidence seemed undeniable. But the truth is a plot twist that shocked the scientific world. To understand this mystery, we have to go back to 1945. As the Nazi regime collapsed, Joseph Mengele, the man responsible for horrific human experiments at Auschwitz, vanished. He became one of the most wanted men on Earth. While other Nazi officials were captured and executed, Mengele slipped through the shadows and escaped to South America. He changed his name, hid in remote villages, and evaded Mossad and the FBI for decades. Then, in the 1960s, a mysterious man calling himself Rudolf Weiss arrived in the town of Cândido Godói. He claimed to be a traveling veterinarian, but locals noticed he was highly educated in human medicine. He began treating the local women, giving them strange liquids and experimental pills. Shortly after his arrival, the town's twin phenomenon exploded. Women weren't just having twins, they were having blonde, blue-eyed twins that looked exactly like the Aryan ideal Mengele had spent his life trying to create. The world was convinced. The angel of death had succeeded. The fear hung over the town for decades. Journalists, historians, and Nazi hunters flocked to Brazil. A famous book was published claiming that Mengele had turned Cândido Godói into a human laboratory. The residents lived in shame, believing their children were the product of Nazi evil. The mystery grew so dark that a team of international scientists and geneticists finally launched a massive, multi-year investigation. They tracked down the town's mothers, collected DNA samples from hundreds of residents, and analyzed the local drinking water. They expected to find traces of artificial hormones or chemical manipulation left behind by Mengele. They expected to uncover the final, horrifying crime of the Third Reich. But as the laboratory results came back, the scientists stared at the data in complete disbelief. The DNA revealed a truth that no one saw coming. Joseph Mengele did not create the twins. In fact, the twin phenomenon had started in Cândido Godói, long before Mengele ever set foot in South America. So what was the real cause? It was something called the founder effect. Because the town was founded by a tiny, isolated group of European immigrants, a rare genetic trait for twinning was accidentally concentrated in the population. Because the community rarely married outsiders, that gene multiplied naturally over generations. The monster had not altered the town. He had simply stumbled upon it, realized its natural anomaly, and used it to hide his identity. The town's dark legacy was a complete coincidence. Did a Nazi monster try to take credit for a miracle of nature, or do the shadows of his ghost still hide something deeper? The truth is often stranger than fiction. If you want to uncover more dark, unpredictable mysteries, hit that subscribe button. The shadows always speak, if you know how to listen.